If your business has been challenging for a bit and you're confused or tired and you don't know what to do next, I want to give you this piece of good advice, and I think it will change the trajectory of your business. Good. Now, hi guys, welcome back to the channel. This is MrTrillLife, and on here we discuss marketing, everything, scaling your brand, Facebook ads, Meta ads, funnels, and everything that I know moves your business forward. But I want to put this out here, okay? I want to let you know this, and I think it would be very unfair if I do not tell you this. Moving and hopping from one business or one idea to the other is not what's going to save you. No, this is not what will save you. What is really going to save you is rolling your sleeves and then going deep into the work you know you do have to do. Yeah, that's the only thing that's going to help you. You're not gonna all of a sudden just find this new business that will be a holy grail. I have made this mistake myself in the past, and I have dealt with it. I've been dealt like a hard blow because of this, right? Moving from niche to niche, moving from idea to idea, and you just never stay long enough to make one thing work. You never stay long enough to make one thing work. You know, I got to realize how algorithms work. Algorithms of social media platforms. This is how they work. You get in there on day one, and then it seems like, oh, nobody knows you, no one is following you, and all of that. And you keep posting content. What the system is doing is it's studying patterns. It's studying the kind of accounts you operate. It's looking at your consistency. It's looking at how likable or shareable your content or your stuff is, right? And it feels like you're on a queue with a lot of other people, right? So you're on this queue, and it's just an unending queue. It's just going around, and it feels like nobody's moving. I promise you, it's actually moving. It's actually moving. There's actually going to be a time that will come where the systems will say it's time to push this guy. But you know why some people never get that? They never get that because they leave. They quit and they leave. That's it. They just quit and they leave. That's why some people never get that. They never get to that level. Let's say, for example, you're an HVAC, right? Fixing air conditioning and stuff for homes, offices in your area, right? In your surrounding. And you advertise this business. Say you start out with a new business year. You advertise in January alongside like 100 of other businesses like this. And you advertise, you post, you run a couple of ads, you send emails, you build a website, you hand out flyers. And by March, you say, business is not moving well, you want to quit. Okay? You try to quit, and then you're going to go into like food processing and supplies. Totally different business. What do you think happens to the other guys in HVAC? There's one less competitor. So what happens is, when Facebook, when Instagram, when they want to push someone in HVAC, you are not on the list. So you are nowhere to be found. Because they can't push you if you are not like a part of, you're not there in the grand scheme of things. Do you understand? So it's very important for you to stick through it. You need to stick through it. You need to. I'm saying this because I'm speaking to prospects, I'm speaking to clients, because I see to sometimes clients come in and we're working with them, and after a couple of months, they're just tired. They're not burnt out, but they are tired. I mean, the marketing end is handled, but like other things like customer service, operations, maybe personal issues they are dealing with in their lives, they're just tired and like they want to quit the business. And that point where they quit may just be that point where Instagram is saying, okay, we're going to blast your ads out to like 50 new clients. So what happens then? What happens when that happens? You're nowhere to be found. Those HVAC clients come in, and who do they see? They see your competitor. And that's the problem. You need to stick through it. Except you know like this idea is dead on arrival. If you know this is an idea that a lot of people are still doing, they are still in it, it's viable, it's profitable, you need to stick through it. I don't care about what you've gone through. Yeah, I do care because I don't know, I care. That's the truth. I do care. But I want you to know that you need to stick through it. You cannot jump or hop right now. You can't. Let me tell you why hopping is crazy. That place you're trying to go to, it's also crazy over there. You're tired of HVAC, or you're tired of being a hairstylist, and you want to go into implants, right? Because you understand beauty, you've been trained on that too, so you want to go into that instead, and you want to leave hairstyling. There are still people making $5, $10, $15, $20,000 every month in hairstyling. So why don't you find out what they're doing and then you do it? Why don't you find out exactly how they have a funnel that is working, churning and bringing in clients every single month? How they're able to get people to pay them for trainings, how they're able to upskill, how they're able to build new locations. I was watching a video, I think 2-3 days ago, and I found a guy. He's an African, but in the US, and he has a chain of tanning salons, and the business was already $1 billion business. Yes. He said he had about 60 salons. Yeah. Why do you think he has grown that much? Because he dug deep into that one thing. There's something I've learned. I read in a book. I can't remember the book exactly, but it's about your consistency, where you are working on something so much, you are hitting until you hit a gusher. You know what it means to hit a gusher? Imagine you are hitting something and it's just stagnant, like nothing is going on, and then you get to a point where the minute you put the next hit, like there's a splash of water and everything just pours and just breaks open. You need to press until you hit a gusher. You need to press until you hit a gusher. Reasons why you need to do this are: one, you thank yourself for it. You thank yourself for it, for being that consistent, for sticking with it, for sticking through it. You thank yourself for it. Another reason why is, if you decide to be consistent and you press that hard, everybody would begin to think about you as the expert in their minds. You become the expert. And that's what you want. The money goes to the experts. The money doesn't go to the person who kind of like knows what he's doing, or is kind of like testing this out or trying this out. No, the money goes to the expert. It does go to the expert, the person who beyond reasonable doubt has been able to prove to everybody else that they are good at that stuff. That's the person the money goes to. That is the person the money goes to. So I want you to build that consistency and press until you hit a gusher. You can't keep hopping. You can't keep hopping. I promise you, like every single niche you try to get into, there's someone crushing it over there. There's someone crushing it. But the reason why they are crushing it is not because they went in there and worked for 3 days or 5 days. No. They are crushing it because they stayed there even while it was tough. They stayed. They just stayed. They just said, I'm going to stick around, man. I'll just stick around and grind through this season. I'll stick around and grind through this season. And that's it. Because they decided to grind through the season, they pressed it so much and it worked for them. And that's the same thing I want for you too. I want that same exact stuff for you too. Pressing stuff so hard that you get to a point where there's really no option. You just have to win. Like you are next in line and you have to win. Whatever I come on here to tell you guys, I want you to know that this is a note to myself too. This is a note to myself because I've suffered this same shit too. I have. I know what it feels like. I know what it feels like to start a business. I've gone around, I've done drop shipping, e-commerce drop shipping. I remember my first e-commerce drop shipping course. I do remember when I started out in online marketing. This was like 2014 or 15. I paid a guy a course to get a course for e-commerce drop shipping. I think he's still around now. His name is Justin Wall. Let me tell you the truth. Justin Wall has had plaques from Shopify, from ClickFunnels, from tons of platforms for doing what? For being consistent. He just kept at it. E-commerce, dropshipping, this business, I'm going to do it. I bought a course then. I wanted to learn Facebook ads, interest targeting, building a Shopify website, all of those things. He's way bigger than that now. So he doesn't do much of YouTube and stuff, but he's just growing his businesses across board. He has done lots of things. And why is he able to do that? Because of that power of consistency. Consistency is crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy how much you can achieve when you decide to be consistent. It's crazy. I've left that. I left that at the time. Went to go try out crypto, go do this, go do that. But just imagine I stayed doing e-commerce dropshipping, and right now I'm like 11 years in. I would definitely not be doing something else. I'll be a king in e-commerce dropshipping. Justin Wall was a king at it before the likes of Ecom King, Camille, Satar, everybody else doing it now. He started out, he learned, and he stayed. I don't know the business you are doing right now, but if you know somebody profitable in that business, it means there's money in there. I want to tell you, hold on. Hold on. If it's too tough and it seems crazy to you, or it seems too crazy, like you're doing something, or you feel like you're doing something wrong, go out there and seek knowledge. Find out what they're doing that you don't know. Find out what all of them know that you do not know. But don't say you're going to quit. Don't quit. The quitters never win. They never win. They're always at the bottom of the food chain. The ones at the top are the ones who stayed consistent. The ones who through blood, sweat, tears, they just stayed. And that's really what I want you to do today. And this is the best thing you do for yourself. Honestly, it is the best thing. It is. The best thing you do for yourself is to stay. What niche are you in? Let me know down below in the comments. I want to know how far this will travel, but tell me down below. What do you do? Are you in hairstyling, HVAC? Are you doing fashion and design? Are you doing e-commerce, retail, interior decor? What exactly is it for you? I need you to stay. Because the more you stay, the more you're able to build capacity, you're able to build competence, you become a god in that niche. You begin to attract opportunities and people who normally, under normal circumstances, you wouldn't work with. But because they see you as someone they respect, they're working with you. Or they want to work with you. So please, don't fall for the shiny object syndrome. That's what it's called. Where you're looking at this next thing and you're doing e-commerce and dropshipping and it feels like YouTube automation is doing well, so you want to hop in there, or it feels like Amazon KDP is doing well, or Amazon FBA, and you want to hop in there. You never build mastery that way. No way. You cannot build mastery that way. You build mastery by staying and sticking with one thing, one or two things, and you press them to perfection. You press them to perfection. I put this out here because I see a couple of business owners that I've known in a certain niche, but I'm seeing them like trying to port. There's a craze about AI now, so everybody wants to do something AI related. AI is like a buzzword. While all of that is cool, if you do have a business that integrates very little AI but is profitable and works for you, that is where you need to be. Exactly is what you need to do. Stay consistent and press even when you are in pain, when you are hungry, when you are angry. Yes, press. Okay, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Tell me what you learned in this video and tell me what location you are commenting from. Don't forget to bet on yourself. My next video will literally blow your mind. Don't forget to bet on yourself. It's MrTrillLife out.